Envision a world before empires, before the dawn of modern history, a land shrouded in mist, where ancient world whispers amidst valleys and mountains with the echoes of forgotten empires. This is China, the land of mysteries, the land of dragons. Put aside the towering skyscrapers and bustling cities and we are confronted with a world of jade and bronze, where artisans forge destiny with fire and hammer, where emperors ponder the world's mysteries, and where ancient philosophies blossom in the hearts of scholars. This is the story of a civilization that has changed the world. This is not just the story of emperors and dynasties, but a tapestry woven with threads of resilience, innovation, and a refusal to be contained. This is the story of daring merchants who dared to cross treacherous landscapes, carrying not only goods but also whispers of ideas that would alter the course of history. Let us journey through time here, a gateway to a world that is both familiar and completely unknown. Prepare to be captivated by the whispers of dragons, the secrets hidden in silk and porcelain, and the enduring legacy of a civilization that dared to awaken the world. Dragonland. China's history encompasses a vast geographical era and spans several millennia. Each region that now constitutes part of China's history has experienced periods of unity, defeat, prosperity, and conflict. Chinese civilization first emerged in the Yellow River Valley, which along with the Yangtze River basin forms the geographical core of China's cultural sphere. China has retained a rich diversity of ethnic and linguistic groups. Throughout Chinese history, imperial dynasties have risen and fallen, and specific achievements are attributed to them. Across these narratives, Chinese civilization can be traced as an unbroken thread stretching thousands of years into the past, establishing it as one of the cradles of civilization. At various times, governments representing China's dominant culture have directly controlled certain territories. Archaeological findings dating back to 5000 before Common Era indicate that humans settled in the Yangtze River Valley and engaged in agriculture. They established settlements and developed rice cultivation, while millet was grown in the Yellow River Valley due to the harsh climate in northern China for rice farming. A distinct cultural region emerged, named the Yangshu culture after a village in Henan province where remnants of human habitation were discovered in 1921 AD. The culture flourished between 5000 and 3000 before Common Era. In the mid-20th century, archaeologists unearthed the 6,000-year-old village of bamboo from beneath the soil. In this era, the foundations of a large number of buildings, fire pits, food storage facilities, pottery vessels, and several graves containing a skeleton were identified. The presence of a circular, public building surrounded by residential houses also indicated the existence of an organized group social life in this region. The massive floods of the Yangtze and Yellow River destroyed the ancient civilizations of China. Important historical periods. The 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors, or the 3 sovereigns and 5 Khans, were mythological rulers and cultural heroes of China during the period from 2852 before Common Era to 2205 before Common Era. This period coincides with the time before the Xia dynasty. The 3 sovereigns. In the legendary history of China, the 3 sovereigns, sometimes referred to as the 3 august ones or the 3 great ones, were revered as god-kings or demigods who employed their magical powers to bring about the betterment and development of their people. However, because these sovereigns were embodiments of virtue and benevolence, their lives were extended and their reigns were characterized by long periods of peace. Fuxi, Heavenly King. One of the earliest legendary kings of China, who is attributed with the title of the Heavenly King, and whose accomplishments may include the invention of hunting nets, music, writing, and the philosophy of yin and yang. Fuxi is a revered cultural hero in Chinese mythology, often credited alongside his sister and wife Nuwa with the creation of humanity. Their divine powers extended to the invention of music, hunting, fishing, domestication, cooking, and the development of the kanji writing system for Chinese characters, possibly around 2900 before Common Era or 2000 before Common Era. Fuxi is often regarded as the first mythical emperor of China, a divine being with the serpent's body who was miraculously born. He's also considered a Taoist deity and one of the three sovereigns who ruled during the early dynastic period of China. In Chinese mythology, Pangu is revered as the creator god. He was a giant who slumbered within an egg of chaos. Upon awakening, he rose and separated the heavens and the earth. After standing guard over the newly formed world, Pangu passed away and his body transformed into rivers, mountains, plants, animals, and everything else that exists in the universe. Among these creations was a powerful being named Washu. Washu gave birth to twin siblings, Fuxi and Nuwa. These remarkable beings are said to have possessed human heads and serpent bodies. Fuxi, known as the primal god, is believed to have been born in the lower middle reaches of the Yellow River, in a place called Shenji, possibly modern-day Lanshan in Shaanxi province or Tianshui in the Gansu province. One possible historical interpretation of this myth suggests that Washu, Fuxi's mother, served as a leader in matriarchal society around 2600 before Common Era, while early Chinese people developed language skills. Fuxi and Nuwa, on the other hand, are believed to have led in an early patriarchal society as the Chinese initiated marriage ceremonies. Shennong, Earth King. Shennong, also known as Yan Emperor or Emperor of the Five Grains, is a legendary Chinese ruler and cultural hero revered in Chinese mythology. Believed to have lived 5,000 years ago, he is credited with teaching ancient Chinese people the art of agriculture, earning him the title Divine Farmer. Shennong's contributions to agriculture extended beyond teaching farming techniques. He encouraged the cultivation of grains for food, advocating for a vegetarian lifestyle, and discouraging the hunting and killing of animals. In his pursuit of knowledge about medicinal plants, Shennong is said to have tasted hundreds of herbs to discover their medicinal properties. He is also believed to be the author of the Divine Farmer's Herb Classic, the first recorded Chinese pharmacopoeia. This comprehensive text catalogues 365 medicinal substances derived from minerals, plants, and animals. Shennong's legacy extends beyond his agricultural and medicinal contributions. He is also credited with inventing the plow, axe, and calendar, further solidifying his status as a cultural hero in Chinese mythology. His discovery of an antidote for nearly 70 types of grains is considered one of his most notable achievements. This event is said to have occurred in 2737 before Common Era, based on Chinese mythology. He is revered as the father of Chinese medicine and is also credited with introducing acupuncture. The Han Chinese and Vietnamese people considered him their ancestor. He is worshipped as a god among the legendary emperors of China for his service to the people. Wang Di, King of Humans. Qin Shi Huang, 259 to 210 before Common Era, born Ying Zheng, was the first emperor of a unified China. ruling from 221 before Common Era until his death. He's unified the warring states of China and established the Qin dynasty, which laid the foundation for the Chinese Empire. Qin Shi Huang was known for his legalism, centralizing power, and standardizing weights, measures, and currency. He is also famous for the Terracotta Army, a vast burial complex of thousands of life-size terracotta soldiers and horses that were buried with him. He, along with his chief advisor, Li Si, implemented a series of reforms and projects in China, the most famous of which was the completion of the Great Wall of China, which had previously been founded by local governments to prevent the entry of nomadic tribes from northern China. He also built a large mausoleum with the Terracotta Army and a vast network of national roads, all of which came at the cost of lives. He also banned Confucianism after the establishment of his rule and, according to some, buried many of its followers alive and banned and buried their books. This is not surprising given his policies, which followed the legalism of Shangyang, a Chinese philosopher. Legalism saw the solution to the chaos of the varying states period as the establishment of a powerful government with a strong army. It is worth noting that he was also known as the Yellow Emperor, a legendary ruler and national hero of China, who is considered the ancestor of all Han Chinese. He is one of the 5 emperors of legend, and his name is mentioned in the Shiji, a historical text written by Sima Xian, a Han historian and writer, 145 to 90 before Common Era. According to the Shiji, the Yellow Emperor ruled from 2497 to 2398 before Common Era. His real name was Gongsun Xuanyan. The Wang Di cult rose to prominence in the late Warring States period and early Han dynasty, when he was portrayed as the originator of centralized government, a cosmic ruler, and a patron of esoteric art. Numerous texts, including the Wangji Neijing, a classic medical text, and the Wangji Sijing, a group of political treatises, were attributed to him. In the early 20th century, Wang Di, with his declining influence throughout most of the imperial period, became a rallying figure for Han Chinese efforts to overthrow the Qing dynasty rule, as they considered it foreign because its emperor were of Manchu ethnicity. Today, the Yellow Emperor is a powerful symbol in Chinese nationalism, traditionally credited with numerous inventions and innovations. From the lunar calendar, Chinese calendar, to the early form of football, the Yellow Emperor is now regarded as the originator of Han culture, later Chinese culture. 5 Emperors. The 5 emperors or 5 sovereigns were 5 legendary rulers of ancient China who were considered morally perfect, wise, and virtuous kings. Number 1. The Yellow Emperor, known as the founder of Chinese civilization. Number 2. Zhuangzi, a grandson of Wang Di and one of the important rulers in Chinese mythology. It was the year 2300 before Common Era, give or take a century. The Yellow River, temperamental as a dragon, had once again unleashed its fury upon the lands of early China. Emperor Zhuangzi, son of the Yellow Emperor, had ruled wisely, but even his wisdom could not fully tame the power of the river. Now, a new leader, Zhuangzi's nephew, Guiyang, was set to ascend to the throne. Guiyang was a tranquil man renowned for his keen observation and reverence for the natural world. He spent his youth among master artisans learning the secrets of bronze casting and the rhythm of the stars. This blend of practical knowledge and celestial awe set him apart. Standing atop the earthen embankments, the swollen river surging beneath, Guiyang knew his first act as emperor must be to control the flood. He recalled the wisdom of an old craftsman. To tame the dragon, one must understand its heart. Unlike his predecessors who relied on prayer and sacrifice, Guayang turned to observation and analysis. He discerned patterns in the flood, linking them to the cycle of the moon and the melting snows of the western mountains. He studied the river's flow, identifying areas where currents were strongest and natural channels could be reinforced. Under his direction, teams of workers, guided by Guayang's precise instructions, embarked on a grand undertaking. They fortified existing dikes with interwoven willow branches and stones, techniques inspired by the overflow dams Guayang had witnessed in his youth. He introduced a dredging system using large bronze shovels to remove silt and increase the riverbed's capacity. The most revolutionary idea of his reign was to divert the dragon's wrath. Guayang, based on his study of the subtle slopes of the landscape, ordered the construction of large canals, dug with painstaking effort, act as controlled overflows, diverting excess water into vast, predetermined floodplains. He reasoned that this would allow the villages and farmland that hug the main river's path to remain safe. Years passed. The projects, guided by Guayang's vision and the sweat of the people, slowly transformed the landscape. Floods, while not entirely defeated, became more predictable and less catastrophic. The people, initially skeptical, hailed Guayang as the emperor who understood the dragon's heart. Guayang's reign ushered in a period of relative peace and prosperity. His combination of scientific observation, practical engineering, and respect for nature became a model for future rulers. He never claimed to control the elements, but rather to work in harmony with them. Perhaps this was Guayang's greatest lesson, the emperor who dared to understand the dragon. Guayang ascended to the throne at the age of 20 and ruled independently for 78 years until his death. Number 3. Khagans. The next emperor is known for his just and wise rule. Gu, also known as Guaxingxi, was one of the legendary emperors of China during the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors period. He was the son of Jiaoji and the grandson of Shao, as well as the great-grandson of Wangdi, the Yellow Emperor. According to historical estimates, he ruled from 2436 to 2366 before Common Era. After him, his eldest son Diji became emperor. Not much information is available about this legendary figure, as later people destroyed the history and background of his legendary land of China. Number 4. Yao, an emperor renowned for his wisdom and fairness, established a just and equitable system of governance. Yao, a legendary ruler of China, reigned during the period of 2258 to 2358 before Common Era. He is considered one of the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors in Chinese mythology, also known as Tao Tangxi. Yao was neither a warrior nor a cunning politician. His power stemmed from something far deeper, a profound connection to the land and its rhythms, a wisdom gleaned from the whispers of the wind and the murmuring rivers. Understanding that the well-being of his people was intertwined with harmony with nature, he ruled with a gentle hand, encouraging his subjects to live in balance with the world around them. Even in this peaceful era, shadows lurked. The vast and diverse land was rife with murmurs of disconnect from all corners of the empire. Some tribes, driven by their own ambitions, sought to challenge Yao's authority and test the limits of his peaceful reign. One such tribe was led by a cunning warlord named Ji, who was a troublemaker. Ji, consumed by greed and envy, saw Yao's peaceful rule as a weakness, an opportunity to seize power and create an empire for himself. He stirred up the anger of his people and portrayed Yao as a weak and ineffective ruler, a man who had lost touch with the real needs of the people. However, Yao remained steadfast. He understood the importance of diplomacy and restraint. He sent emissaries to Ji, seeking to understand his grievances and offer a path to peace. But Ji, blinded by ambition, refused to listen. He saw only weakness in Yao's attempts at conciliation, interpreting them as signs of fear. As tensions escalated, Yao's advisors urged him to take a firmer stance, to raise an army and crush Ji's rebellion before it spread. But Yao, guided by his deep-rooted wisdom, knew that violence would only exacerbate the conflict. He saw a different path, a path that would lead to a lasting solution. He summoned his most trusted advisors, men renowned for their intelligence, compassion, and love for their people. He shared his concerns with them, and together they advised a plan. They sent a message to Ji, not a message of war, but a message of peace. It was a challenge, a call to a contest of wisdom and virtue. Yao proposed a competition, a test of leadership and governance, a challenge that would determine the future of the land. The challenge was simple. Whoever could govern their people with the most skill and bring peace and prosperity to their lands would be declared the true leader of the people. Ji, convinced of his own power, gleefully accepted the challenge. He thought Yao was handing him a path to victory, an opportunity to prove his superiority. He failed to realize that Yao had already won. Yao, a ruler who stayed true to his essence, remained focused on his people. He continued to promote harmony and prosperity, ensuring that his subjects were safe and well cared for. Ji, consumed by ambition, focused on amassing power, building a mighty army, and enriching himself. His rule was harsh and unforgiving, and his people suffered under his greed. As the years passed, the contrast between Yao's rule and Ji's became increasingly evident. The people of Yao's kingdom flourished, their land thrived, and their lives were filled with joy and contentment. However, the people under Ji's rule grew increasingly discontent. They were wary of his cruelty and greed, and his relentless pursuit of power. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. Yao, whose wisdom and compassion still shone brightly, was chosen by the people as their true leader. The people of Ji's kingdom, tired of his rule, rallied behind Yao, and Ji's reign came to an end. Emperor Yao, through his wisdom, compassion, and unwavering commitment to harmony, had achieved a victory far more profound than any battlefield conquest. He demonstrated the power of peace, the power of virtue, and the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. His reign, marked by peace and prosperity, became a legend, a testament to the power of a good heart and a wise mind. And so, the story of Emperor Yao was passed down through generations, an enduring tale of a great ruler who understood the true meaning of power and used his wisdom to bring peace and prosperity to this people. His legacy was not etched in stone or carved into monuments. It was woven into the fabric of Chinese culture, a reminder that even in the harshest of time, peace and harmony can prevail. According to legend, Yao ascended to the throne at the age of 20 and passed away at the age of 11-9. Upon his death, he bequeathed his throne to his eldest son-in-law, Shan, who was married to his two daughters. Number 5. Shan, the final legendary emperor of China who succeeded Yao to the throne. Shan is revered for his exceptional moral character and his commitment to fair and just governance. Shan was a legendary leader of ancient China who reigned during the 22nd to 23rd centuries before Common Era. He is considered one of the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors, marking the end of the 5 emperors period. His reign of over 15 years is among the longest in Chinese history. Born with the name Yao Changhua, Shan was also known as Yu Sai and Great Shan. He ascended to the throne of China from Emperor Yao at the age of 53 and passed away at the age of 100. Upon his death, he relinquished the throne to Yu, the founder of the Xia dynasty. Shan was a man of great wealth, and his capital was located in Puban, which is now known as Shaanxi. Under the guidance of Emperor Yao, Shan was successfully appointed as Minister of Education, General of the Order, and also as the ruler of the Four Peaks. For 3 years, he managed all the affairs of the kingdoms in an appropriate manner. Emperor Yao was deeply impressed by Shan's actions and appointed him as his successor and rightful heir to the throne. However, Shan wanted to abdicate in favor of another person with greater virtues, but in the end he was forced to take on Yao's duties. Shan's reign was an era of progress and innovation. He encouraged agriculture and ensured that the land flourished, providing ample food for the people. He established a sound system of governance that promoted justice and fairness, ensuring that every citizen, regardless of their social standing, was treated with respect. However, his reign was not without challenges. The empire is still grappling with past conflicts, was a mosaic of diverse cultures and beliefs. Some tribes, clinging to their traditional ways, resisted Shan's vision of unity and progress. Among these tribes, one called the Nine Clans was led by a powerful warlord named Khagans. He harbored resentment towards Shan, believing that the emperor was encroaching upon his territory and threatening his way of life. Khagans rallied his people, fanning their fears with tales of Shan's supposed cruelty and ambition to seize control of their lands. However, Shan remained steadfast in his commitment to peace. He understood that force would only escalate the conflict and further divide the land. Instead, he dispatched his most trusted advisors, men renowned for their wisdom and diplomacy, to negotiate with Khagans. He sent them not as warriors but as envoys of peace, bearing gifts and words of understanding. He appealed to Khagans' reason, reminding him that the prosperity of all tribes hinged on cooperation and unity, not discord and strife. Shan's story serves as a powerful reminder that even in times of conflict, a ruler can choose a different path, a path towards peace and understanding. His legacy, a beacon of harmony and flourishing, continues to inspire generations, a testament to the enduring power of a virtuous leader and a united people. Shan began his government service at the age of 30, ruled during the reign of Yao for 13 years, and continued to rule for 15 years after Yao's death. He eventually passed away after 100 years of life. In the centuries following Yao and Shan, these two emperors were described in a pure, honorable manner by Confucian philosophers due to their countless virtues. Shan, in particular, is also known by the title Zhao due to his humility and ascetic piety. If you have enjoyed this so far, please like and subscribe to stay up to date on more exciting and historical stories from people's lives around the world. Important aspects of Chinese culture. China boasts one of the world's oldest continuously recognized cultures. Its historical roots trace back over 6,000 years to the early inhabitants of the Yellow River Valley. Many of its ancient customs and traditions are still practiced today. Respect for the spirit of the earth, ancestors, deities, and those around you is a fundamental principle in Chinese society. Ancient Chinese beliefs. Ancient Chinese people, like the Chandragupta of ancient India, believed that the earth was a flat plain with the sky as its canopy. They considered their own country, China, to be the center of the earth and believed that the emperor's palace was the central and essential point of the earth. Their emperors were also seen as the axis and foundation of all people and nations of the world. Due to their deep respect for the sky, whenever they looked up at it, they would bow down and show humility. Even Chinese farmers and peasants paid close attention to the sky, believing that it was the source of rain and sunlight, which were essential for the growth of their crops. Therefore, they held the sky in high esteem. Other interesting beliefs held by the Chinese people include sky worship. This ancient practice involves revering the heavens as a supreme deity, ancestral veneration. Reverence for deceased ancestors is deeply ingrained in Chinese culture, often involving rituals and offering to honor their spirits. Youth Festival. This lively celebration marks the beginning of spring and is associated with fertility and renewal. Taoism. This philosophical and spiritual tradition emphasizes living in harmony with the natural world and the pursuit of balance. Earth worship. Gratitude and respect for the land is a core tenet of Chinese culture, often expressed through ceremonies and offerings. These beliefs and practices reflect the rich cultural tapestry of China, showcasing the deep-rooted traditions and values that have shaped the nation's identity. Philosophy and religion in ancient China. Confucianism, a philosophy of harmony and social order. Confucianism, founded by the esteemed Chinese philosopher Confucius 479 to 559 before Common Era, during the 6th century before Common Era, is a philosophical and ethical system that emphasizes moral principles, proper social behavior, and personal discipline. As the backbone of Chinese culture and ethics, Confucianism has played a pivotal role in shaping the values and behaviors of Chinese society. The core tenets of Confucianism revolved around 5 fundamental relationships: the ruler and the ruled, the father and the son, the husband and the wife, the elder brother and the younger brother, and friends. These relationships are built upon mutual respect, fairness, and compassion. Confucius also stressed the importance of lifelong education and learning, believing that individuals can attain moral perfection through diligence and perseverance. Confucianism's influence extends beyond personal lives, shaping China's political and social structure. Numerous Chinese emperors adopted Confucian principles as the foundation of their governance, employing these principles as a guide for managing the state and social interactions. Taoism, a journey to harmony with the way. Rooted in the 6th century before Common Era, Taoism emerged as a cornerstone of Chinese philosophical and religious thought, founded by the revered sage Lao Tzu. At its heart lies the seminal text Tao Te Ching, penned by Lao Tzu himself, which delves into the profound concepts of Tao, means the way, and Te means virtue. Taoism advocates for aligning oneself with the natural rhythm of existence, embracing the inherent flow of life. Throughout history, Taoism has profoundly shaped Chinese culture and philosophy, permeating various aspects, including traditional Chinese medicine, martial arts, and the art of Feng Shui. During specific periods, particularly the Han and Tang dynasties, Taoism gained the patronage of ruling powers and was recognized as an official religion. Today, Taoism continues to be practiced widely in China and across the globe, revered as a rich source of wisdom and spiritual teachings. Buddhism, a path to enlightenment. Buddhism, one of the world's major religions, was founded in northern India in the 6th century before Common Era by Prince Siddhartha Gautama, who is revered as the Buddha. This spiritual tradition revolves around the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, guiding individuals towards nirvana, a state of liberation from the cycle of rebirth, means samsara, and the attainment of enlightenment, means Buddha. Buddhism encompasses two primary branches: Theravada, predominantly prevalent in South and Southeast Asia, and Mahayana, widely practiced in East Asia, including countries like China, Japan, and Korea. Throughout history, Buddhism has flourished under the patronage of numerous kings and emperors, notably Ashoka the Great in India and Kanishka in Central Asia. Today, with over 500 million adherents worldwide, Buddhism has profoundly influenced diverse cultures, philosophies, and societies. The provided translation maintains the original text essence while employing natural American English expressions and avoiding literal translations that might sound awkward or unnatural to native speakers. It also retains the respectful tone associated with religious texts. Art and architecture. Calligraphy and painting. Two pillars of Chinese art, calligraphy and painting, have long been revered as two of the most esteemed art forms in ancient China, leaving an indelible mark on the country's cultural heritage. Chinese calligraphy, widely acclaimed as one of the world's most exquisite and intricate writing styles, transcends its utilitarian purpose to stand as an independent art form in its own right. Flourishing during the Han Dynasty, 206 before Common Era to 220 CE. This art form witnessed the rise of renowned calligraphers like Wang Cixi during the Jin Dynasty, 265 to 420 CE. Chinese painting, particularly ink wash painting, flourished throughout China's various historical periods. During the Tang 618 to 907 CE and Song 916 to 1279 CE dynasties, landscape painting emerged as a popular genre. Employing a combination of simple lines and ink, celebrated painters like Gu Xi and Ma Yuan created evocative depiction of mountains, rivers, and natural landscapes, renowned for their beauty and precision. These art forms served not only as avenues for individual expression but also as vehicles for conveying the philosophies and cultural values of ancient China. Ancient Chinese architecture, a legacy of harmony and beauty. Renowned for its unique styles and structures, ancient Chinese architecture is a profound reflection of the nation's rich cultural philosophies and values. From the Shang Dynasty 1046 to 1600 before Common Era to the Qing Dynasty 1644 to 1912 AD, Chinese architecture evolved under their influence of Feng Shui principles and Confucian teachings. A hallmark of ancient Chinese architecture is its extensive use of wood as the primary building material. Its structures often featured sweeping roofs adorned with colorful tiles and elaborately decorated wooden columns. Temples, palaces, and traditional homes all embodied these characteristics. The Great Wall of China, whose construction began during the Qin Dynasty 206 to 221 before Common Era, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and defensive engineering prowess of ancient China. Additionally, traditional Chinese gardens such as the renowned Suzhou Gardens showcase intricate and artistic designs reflecting the deep connection between the Chinese people and the natural world. These architectural elements epitomize a harmonious blend of art, science, and philosophy, leaving an indelible mark on the architectural landscape of East Asia. Social customs. Ancient Chinese social customs. Reflections of Confucian teachings. Social customs in ancient China were deeply influenced by the teachings of Confucius and his moral philosophy. Respect for elders and ancestors, loyalty to family, and adherence to social hierarchy were among the core values of society at that time. These values were manifested in various social and family ceremonies. One of the most significant customs was the ancestral worship ceremony, which served as a token of respect and gratitude for ancestors. This ceremony was held in homes and temples and involved offering food and drinks to the ancestors. Hospitality also held a prominent place in ancient Chinese culture. Hosts would welcome their guests with utmost respect and courtesy, elegantly presenting a variety of dishes. Traditional clothing, such as the hanfu, was an integral part of the culture and was worn during various ceremonies. Wedding ceremonies were also elaborate and involved multiple steps, including engagement gifts, selecting an auspicious day based on the Chinese calendar, and holding a wedding celebration with family and friends. These customs reflected the social order and the paramount importance of family in ancient Chinese culture. Science and technology. Inventions. Ancient Chinese people had many inventions that had a great impact on the history of world science and technology. One of their most important inventions was paper, which was invented during the Han Dynasty 206 to 220 AD by the Eastern Han Dynasty. Also powder coating, which was discovered during the Tang Dynasty and led to the production of bitter powder and gunpowder. The making of printers and paper cutters was first invented in the Tang period 7 to 10 AD by Bisher Yang, and this invention led to the publication of many books and documents. The invention of the compass was also carried out by Li Ban in the Han period and had an important impact on mathematics and launching techniques. In general, ancient Chinese inventions improved communication, the production of paper and writing instruments, and carpentry and agricultural tools, and contributed to the development of world culture and technology. Ancient Chinese inventions shaping the course of global science and technology. Ancient Chinese people made numerous groundbreaking inventions that had a profound impact on the world's history of science and technology. Among their most significant contributions are paper making. This remarkable invention emerged during the Han Dynasty under the Eastern Han Dynasty, revolutionizing the way information was recorded and transmitted. Gunpowder. The discovery of firecrackers during the Tang Dynasty led to the development of gunpowder, a transformative substance with applications in warfare and scientific advancements. Printing and paper-making techniques. The invention of the printing press and paper-making machinery by Bisheng in the Tang Dynasty facilitated the widespread dissemination of books and documents. Compass. The compass devised by Liu Ban during the Han Dynasty played a pivotal role in navigation, mathematics, and engineering. Overall, ancient Chinese inventions significantly enhanced communication, paper production, writing tools, and carpentry and agricultural implements, contributing to the global progress of culture and technology. Ancient Chinese medicine, a holistic approach rooted in yin-yang harmony. Traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, in ancient China was deeply rooted in the understanding of yin and yang, the two fundamental principles of balance and harmony in nature. Practitioners believed that maintaining a balance between these opposing forces was essential for maintaining good health. TCM encompasses a wide range of therapies, including herbal remedies, dietary practices, massage or tuina, and moxibustion, means applying heat to specific points on the body. Common treatments included consuming medicinal teas, utilizing herbal extracts, and practicing breathing techniques like Qigong. Acupuncture, the insertion of fine gold or silver needles into specific points on the body, was a prominent therapeutic technique for pain relief and overall well-being. Ancient Chinese medical texts such as the renowned Wangdi Neijing complied extensive knowledge of herbal remedies and treatment methods, contributing significantly to the development of TCM. Chinese physicians emphasize the importance of maintaining harmony between yin and yang within the body as the cornerstone of good health. In this video about the history of Chinese civilization, we took a trip to one of the most ancient and turbulent cultures in the world. From the different eras to the stages of expansion and collapse, China's history is an entertaining and inspiring story. Along with pioneering inventions, fine arts, and rich customs, this route has provided the basis for a deeper understanding of Chinese civilization. A multifaceted and fascinating video, a living map of Chinese history, shows us how this culture became one of the largest and most advanced empires in the world, and how its effects remain in Chinese culture and society to this day. Through detailed content, beautiful images, and in-depth analysis, this video provides an informative and surprising experience that helps the audience to better understand the depth of Chinese history and culture. Well, friend, thank you for sticking with us until the end. I hope that I have been able to provide you with useful and practical information, and I would be happy if you write us your comments. If you enjoy historical content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thank you.